क्या बोल रहे हैं आप?
आपका कैमरा परफेक्ट है?
मैम कैन यू सी वेट लेट मी okay. It's okay, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
So good afternoon, everyone, all present in the online and hybrid mode. Wishing you all once again season's greetings. Happy Diwali to all of you. Happy Gurpurab. We are back after the vacation period. We told you that we will be starting the session after the Diwali break. So today is the first session. Bombay Teachers Training College in collaboration with GHT College and Equal Opportunity Center of BTTC as well as Alumni Association of Bombay Teachers Training College, which is represented by Ms. Sapna Chabdia. She is there as alumna of BTTC with us. This is an endeavor that we have taken over to make our students better learner people for appearing for UGC examination, because UGC is a requirement. UGC NET examination is requirement for PhD as well as for taking up a job in the college. So wishing very good luck for our alumni students who are postgraduate students. I repeat once again, the basic requirement is you need to be having 55% in your post-graduation. Second requirement, which is essential, is that you should be having net appearance in your own particular subject. At this platform, we will be preparing you only for the first paper. The first general paper, which is basic requirement for everyone. You have to appear, even if you are appearing for commerce, management, mathematics, English, but BTTC and GHG College will be training you all only for education. So paper 2 sessions will be for education, but paper 1 sessions are for all. Once again, welcoming you to this portal of UGC NET Preparation. I, Dr. Mandeep Kaur Kochar, Vice Principal BTTC, is handing over the platform to Ms. Sapna Chabdia. Very happy and glad to be sharing with you. She has cleared NET set in the last year. So you should be aware about the teachers who are teaching to you are themselves UGC NET qualified teachers. Over to Ms. Sapna Chabdia. Thank you, Ms. Sapna. Over to you. Your screen is clear. Your camera, if you can set, the face is, it can be put little down, but your slides are clear.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Over to Ms. Sapna Chabdia.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mandeep ma'am, Kochar ma'am. Yes, very good afternoon to all the participants attending this session. Welcome back. We were, as ma'am said, we were on a short break. And today we will be discussing the questions of paper 2, education. So once again, paper 1 is common for all regardless of what your paper 2 choice is. So far, I have been engaging sessions where the questions from paper 1 were discussed, and today I will be discussing paper 2, some of the questions, which is education. So let's start with the question. And as I said, for the ones who are attending my session for the first time, these sessions are aiming to, kind of discuss and share the techniques that, I have used for finding out the right answer. We all have the knowledge, we all are qualified, but exams like these expect us to find the right answer in a very, very short period of time. So we need to be using the techniques And of course, the recall of knowledge, the recall of understanding, etc. is also important. So here we go discussing the questions. All right. So a question of this type. I want you all to look at the question which is in the nature of, as you can see, match the column. Now, think about this. You get just like about 1 minute to answer the question and look at, by the time you read list 1, list 2, look at the options, it's going to like take you a lot of time. So, what do we do? Quickly, let's look at the questions, which are, of course, in the list 1, and you've got to match it with the correct answer, which is in the list 2. Well, e-learning, virtual learning, web-based instruction, online learning. As in, we all know about all this, yet to perfectly match it. So let's say, kind of just look at the options there. If I glance through it, in list 2, the option number 1, World Wide Web, and look at what we have in list 1 in C, that is web-based instruction. All right. So obviously, web-based instruction is going to talk about World Wide Web. So let me quickly first match it. Now look at how I look at the approach that I suggest to get the right answer. Okay. Now it's the same question, but I have kind of put the arrows there because this was my approach to get the right answer. I quickly match web-based instruction with 1. I know because nowhere else I see World Wide Web. And when it is a web-based instruction, it ought to have World Wide Web. And now I look at the, I have purposely kept my slides in the design mode and not in the slideshow mode so that, I can do a little working, etc. Now, if you look, these are the options. So you will always be getting the options as A, B, C, and D. And you got to click the right one. Now, where do I see C matching with I? Now, I see C matching with I in the option B. I believe you all agree with me. Only in the option B, I see C is matching with I because this was a very, very easy guess. This was a very, very easy, what you can say, more than a guess. It was an easy, sure answer that web-based will use the World Wide Web. And therefore, like options like these really give you, you can save a lot of time here because nowhere else C is matching with 1. However, let me kind of quickly see maybe one more thing. A is 3, e-learning. A wide set of applications and processes, including computer-based learning, web-based learning. Yeah, it looks quite okay. E-learning, A. So go with the option B. Your answer for this is B. All right. Now, if you think about this, how much time do you think I would have taken for this? Since I was explaining, I had to talk. But if you're sitting on your own, if you're on your own and trying to figure out the right answer, it probably will take you 20 seconds only. And therefore, you save 80 seconds here. Because there will be some questions which definitely need more time. And hence, I have thought of just sharing the technique. Maybe you have a your way of finding the right answer. So you see, sometimes you don't really have to read each word, comprehend, and etc. It just works that way. Okay, so yeah. Now, any questions? I'll appreciate if you would kind of give me a thumbs up or something in the chat, and that way I know that I can move forward. All right. May I go to the next question? Well, yeah. So this is how I matched it. Maybe 20 seconds, maybe 25 seconds, and you have a right answer and feel so nice about getting the right answer that soon. Okay. Now, one more question, which is like match the column. You got to match list 1 with the list 2. Now, very quickly, if I look at it, mainstreaming, full inclusion, the question that comes straight from the inclusive education, right? We've done that in B.Ed, we've done that in M.Ed, MA education, all right? And you could be maybe some other degree or diploma related to education. Inclusive education is always the topic. What do I do? There's so many things out there, right? Mainstreaming, quite a general term. Full inclusion, another general term. Well, least restrictive environment looks like something which is a particular requirement or a model. But here what I thought was individualized education program, all right? And an inclusive education model where students with are full, okay, a document outlining educational goals and services for a student with a disability. Think about this. You can match of all these things because you see mainstreaming, maybe you feel, oh, this also looks okay, that also looks okay. But if I look at the D point, individualized education program, IEP, a document outlining educational goals and services for a student. So I need something to match with individual, and here it is not students but for. Look at the number two, list two, and the option two, for a student with a disability. Looks like it's matching. Okay, so let me look in these options where D is matching with 2. And here I go. I get option A, B, and C. Now, what do I do? Okay, so let's see the technique that one can use. It's the same question, but with, this kind of matching. So, I match D with 2. But, well, in the options A, B, C, they all, in all of these options, the D is matching with 2. So what is the next best thing I can do? Let's see what mainstreaming, okay? Mainstreaming is placing students with disabilities in regular education classes, full inclusion and inclusive education model where students with disabilities. So you see with mainstreaming and full inclusion, there is a little kind of, you overlap or some kind of a similarity. Better yet, what I can do is I can, I don't know what's this mark, this green. Please ignore the green mark. I don't know where that's coming from, and I don't want to interrupt my class here. So, all right. So, what is the option here? C matches with 1 because look at these terms. As I said, mainstreaming and full inclusion, they are not some kind of a legal work or a model, but the least restrictive environment looks like some kind of a fix something which is a legal requirement. So I will say that while D definitely should be 2, C should be 1. And again, if I look at that, there is option A and C. Okay. Now what? So this is one of those questions which takes you a little, where you need a little more time to figure out the right answer. So even when you try to match the C option with 1, there is A as well as there is C, where D is also 2. Now the catch is with mainstreaming and full inclusion. Okay. So after all, what is full inclusion? Now, when it is mainstreaming, definitely placing students with disabilities, full inclusion and inclusive education model. Okay, so full inclusion matches with 4, and therefore you will have to sorry. Full inclusion is B is 4. Yeah. So you go with the option A. So now, here, this is one of those questions where it will take you around, a minute or maybe little more, because there were options which look quite similar to each other. Okay. So yeah, so in the previous example, we saw that within no time, we got that one web-based, there was only one option, so it was easy. Whereas here, a little more work is required in trying to see this thing. Once again, I'm saying this is not the only way to, reach the right answer. You probably will have your way also. So may I move to the next question? Yes, you look for keywords. You're right, Atula. Okay, let's look at this question now. Now, this is one of those questions which looks very simple, yet let's say, you know what it is. Dash is now, you know, you may not really know about these things. Now, if you think, you know, if you're asked to define self-regulations, metacognitive knowledge, well, we kind of understand what it is, but, you know, again, to have that very word by word definition sounds difficult. Well, let's read what the question is and then look at the options. Dash is a stable body of information that we know about ourselves and other people as thinkers. So they're saying something which you know about yourself as well as other people. And you're so lucky. Look at the options. Option A has self. Option B doesn't have self. C option has knowledge about self. And D is self-cognition. So obviously the options A, C and D is only confined to whatever related to self. Just go for the option B because your question says self as well as self, as in the word used here is ourselves. So there is something that they want you to you know, find the word where you know about yourself, ourselves as is, and other people. So three options are only talking about something self regulation. So which is the only option which is doesn't have a self thing? Meta cognitive knowledge, and that is the right answer, the meta cognitive knowledge. All right, so let me ask you if you have anything to share here, if you have any questions that you would like to know from us. You like to say something, you can unmute yourself and kind of share, or if you have a question related to whatever I am, you know, kind of telling, you can ask me. All right, in that case, let me go ahead with the
Sapna Miss, I think their responses are coming in the what you call
group.
chat. In the chat, the responses are coming.
Yes, I'm trying to read and
Okay,
yeah,
okay, fine.
I'm trying to read that as in when I. Yes, yes. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your inputs. Okay, now, first of all, sometimes the questions use the letters as options, the letter as you know, the answers. So, as I have been saying, practice. Practice so that at the examination, you don't wonder what is a question and what is a part of the question and what is the option. Okay, so I try to bring various types of questions as well, apart from the content, so that we feel familiar with the nature of the questions, like, you know, match the column types, the assertion, reason statements, true and false statements, and so on. Now, look at this one. What is not related to education? Very important. Do not miss the word not. What is not related to education? Once again, well, you know, kind of little difficult to find, but let me look at the options. What is not related to education? Well, direct, indirect benefit. Okay, let's keep on a hold. Public funding, investment in people, human resources. Now, they want that something which is not. If you look at direct benefit, that is not related to education, because when we get educated, or when you educate others, there is no immediate direct benefit. Okay, it's not like, you know, I took the medicine for cold and I felt the instant relief. It's not like that, right? The benefit comes after some time. So there is indirect benefit. So obviously that option, you know, which has A can be chosen. Now, if you look at the options, only the option A is A only. This is B and C. I want direct benefit. In fact, direct benefit is a part of the answer. Where for others, you know, let me look at the options, you know, before you really wonder whether indirect benefit is related to education, whether investment in people is related to education. Let me have that one thing, that A has to be the part of the answer. And you're so lucky here in case of these options, B doesn't have A, C doesn't have A, T doesn't have A. Okay. So in any case, why would I even think about the other things? I want that A should definitely be the part of the answer. Whereas in the options B, C, capital B, C and D, A is not there. So I'm left with only option A, which is A only. So go for it. The option A is the right answer. This one. So this is how it works. Many a times we just look at that one thing which is essential, and the other things probably we just glance. We know what's there, but we don't sit and think, recall information related to that in order to get the right answer. So, and once again, let me tell you, it probably looks easy when we discuss, in a group such as we are doing right now, but when you're left on your own, when you sit with a book on your own or a question, and at that time to determine the right answer, that's where you need the practice. Okay, the thought process needs to be kind of aligned with how to figure out the correct answer. In exams like these, because it's option based, right? You don't have to describe anything. It's simply option based. Okay. Anything you want to add, something you want to know more, or how is it going? As in, is my speed of delivery of the instructions okay? You want me to go slow or what? If you would write, I'll appreciate.
It's good, ma'am.
It's good. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate your answer. Now. Okay. What kind of question is this? If you want to look at it, typical two statements, and then there are options are the combinations, which is true, which is false, are both true, are both false. Okay. So here I go. I'll just make a little adjustment here. Just just give me a moment, please. All right, so it's just that this thing is two. This is capital, okay? Some kind of technical thing with my keyboard. All right. All right. Now look at the statement. There's plain statements, okay? There is another type of question, assertion and reason. Those are a little different. These are plain absolute statements by themselves. I'm going to determine what they are true or false. The concept of quality in education is determined only by the availability of modern technology and resources. The word only makes a lot of difference. Okay? The concept of quality in education. Okay? Plain quality of education. Is it only the availability of more? And they're not even saying use. They're only saying availability of modern technology and resources. So at the outset, I would say no. Because the concept of quality in education, of course, one of the things can be technology and resources, but it is just one of the things and not the only thing. So at the outset, I know statement one is false. So obviously, when statement one is false, A gets ruled out, B can remain, C gets ruled out. So the options A and C anyways got ruled out. Now the catch is between determining the right answer, whether it's B or D. Well, look at the statement number 2. Quality in education includes a wide range of factors, including curriculum, teaching methods, assessment and learning, including technology and resources. Okay. Now, this is right. Because, quality in education includes. Now, they are not saying these are the only things. When you say includes, that means there can be other things also. So, by all means, this statement is true. So your statement 1 is false, but statement 2 is true. So you go with the option D. Well, I don't think when you need more than 30 seconds to get to the right answer. And so you're saving a lot of time in questions like these because, at some point, probably I'll bring those big passages, where you have to comprehend the passage. And based on the passage, there are like 4 to 5 questions. So those take a little time because you have to navigate. Now, what happens is, let me tell you one practical experience related to this. When we sit with a book and solve and practice, it's easy because there's a book. You have a pencil or pen in hand, you underline, you mark, you annotate, etc., etc. But these exams are totally computer based. So you see in the real time when you are taking the exam, okay, all you have is a screen. The passage is on the screen. The passage is, yes, they do give you the paper to do some working if you want, because a lot of math in paper one, and otherwise also, some of you probably, need to mark the options, etc. They give you paper and a pencil to like a rough work or whatever you want to call it. But the passage is on the screen. And obviously, sometimes it probably doesn't fit the screen in one screen. So you have to scroll up and down, sideways, etc. So therefore, those that takes time, because that movement, that moving the first paragraph, etc., takes time, and hence going to save time in some questions, so that some questions definitely are going to take more time. Yes, in one of the sessions, I'll do that also. That how when they give you a big comprehension passage, which spans over like maybe 2 to 3 paragraphs, and those are quite complicated. It's not like a story or something. So how do you just keep reading it? What do you do? So we will. I'll share the techniques of still finding the right answer and in a limited time. I'll go on to the next question here. Okay, look at this. Creativity emphasizes more on testing off. Now, more, that means they are open to the fact, the thought process that there are other parts, other nuances to the creativity as well. Well, so now you want to find that word which essentially should be there when you say, say something is creative or creativity. So similar thinking, well, I don't think so, because similar, I don't know, doesn't really go well. Progressive, yes. Convergent again is like, no. Progressive is a good distractor here. But again, creativity doesn't say you should always talk progress. As long as you're divergent, you're thinking out of the box. Divergent word is always matched with out of the box thinking. Progressive, as in you're always thinking of progress. So, well, it's not a totally no. But if I have to choose one answer, I know A and C get totally eliminated in the first glance. The catch is between B and D, but D looks better, D looks more correct, more suitable, and matches very well with creativity as against the progressive. So go for the option D. Okay. Now, as I said that when you take this exam, you get the paper. So you can also look at the possibility of, now I'm looking at the screen, and what happens is, you see, when I make these questions, I made a PPT on that. So, I'm familiar to these questions, so to simultaneously tell you, oh, you eliminate this and all comes easy to me. But when you take the exam, it won't be like that. So some you may consider, I'm not saying you have to, you may consider kind of like, okay, so you are at this question, or you don't even have to write the number, right? I'm at a particular question, and I just write A, B, C, D. Now, okay, so I write A, B, C, D, and as I told you that in the first glance itself, I eliminated A and C. So you just cross A and C. Okay, and then your catch is between B and D, and then you only look at B, D, and then you see what is perfect. And then once you have determined the right answer and you have put it on the screen, by selecting that option, and then you go to the next question, you just strike that thing out. That means that is done. Got it? So just one way. And again, therefore, I'm saying, please, there are many question papers on the internet as well. Look for them. And there are books. Please practice now with the kind of time you have in hand. I would say at the least 50 questions a day. 100 will be a good thing. but at least 50 questions a day. And sometimes I tell you what, content is, yes, very, very important, but also plan how you will answer. So you got to really, because you don't want to decide at the time of giving the exam, what should I do? Should I write here? Should I strike off the options on the rough paper? What? Decide, because that itself is going to save you the time. Okay, let's go to the next question. Now, this is one of those questions which is a little, I would say, a little more time consuming than the typical true or false, statement 1 and statement 2 type of questions. Okay, just give it a, just read it, and then let's see how, how we approach to getting to the right answer. Looks like there's a big, question looks like a big story there. Okay. Assertion. Now, so there is an assertion. Assertion means, again, you got to determine whether it's a right thing. Whatever is being said there, is it a right thing? And reason. So whatever they have said that this is a thing because this is the reason. Does the reason justify? Is it a right? Whatever appears as our reason, is it a correct explanation of A? Okay. And you see, one good thing is, as far as I have noticed, A, B, C, and D options are similar. Like A and R are true, and R is a correct. A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation. A is true, but R is false. So, it's like statement and reason type. Yet there's a true and false element also in these type of questions. So first, let's read. Ethical leadership is not, now you see, ethical is a good word. You want it to be there, right? Ethical leadership is not relevant in education. You don't want to read more. You don't want to read more because ethical is a good word. It better be there, and they say is not relevant. Okay. So at the outset, I know assertion A, okay, cannot be true. So obviously, I am going to eliminate the option A because it says A and R are true. And you see, when you practice more of the questions based on assertion and reason, you exactly know what is there in A and B, because I said the nature, these statements, the option statements A, B, C, and D, these will remain the same. Here, the content of the question changes, but these options, the nature of these options remains the same. Got it? So I for sure know that A is a false thing. So I don't want A. I don't want C. Okay? I don't want B also. Right? Both A and R are true. A is not true. A and R are true. I don't want this. A is true. I don't want this. So you see this whole big question, right? And do you know what happens is probably you don't even want to read the reason, because there itself I got the answer and the options are pretty good. Okay, A is false, but R is true. Okay, so go with the option D. 10 seconds. Question looks big, question looks complicated, but you can get the right answer. You can reach the right answer within no time. Okay. I'm just looking at the chat. I don't really recommend a book because I'll tell you what. When I was due to appear for the examination, I went to Amazon and selected one book for paper 1 and one book for paper 2. So because I believe, as in I have not really checked on that they would cover the solved question papers and some content explanation, and I think that was sufficient. So go ahead and buy a book. Probably you want Pearson, the publishing house Pearson, Pearson. Those are the books that I purchased from the books that come from Pearson Publishing House. I believe that is how it should be said. Yeah, Pearson. Okay.
Sometimes we will start posting the solved question papers on the groups. We have gathered that which is there with us.
Okay,
the solved question papers are there in the form of PDF. In the beginning, we had been sharing the links also. We will repeat the links once again, for all those who have joined the group very late. So we will repeat those links once again. Thank you, Sapna. You can continue, please.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Okay, now let's go to this question. Again, it's like match, and this time, think about this. It's like the terms which are definitely, they are not synonyms. Yet there is, some common things within them. And yeah, so what do we do? Where do we start? So you have measurement, assessment, evaluation, and a norm. Okay, and got to understand how should I approach this, because usually the catch quantitative description, qualitative description, all right, value judgments. Yeah. So if you look at the question and if you try to recall your knowledge related to what is assessment and how is it different from evaluation, you will get to the right answer surely, but it will be very time consuming. So what is the best I can do over here? So let me start with this approach where, I know for sure measurement, maybe, yeah, quantitative description, norm, what, but there's standardized test. What do I do? I know for sure that this word evaluation, okay, there's a big difference between assessment and evaluation. Evaluation is a value judgment. Okay. If you recall your knowledge related to evaluation, it's a value judgment. It's not like, some kind of quantification, or yes, you need the marks, you need the grades, but to get to the point of value judgment. So I need to go with the option. Let's see what's happening here. My technique of solving it, where C must match with value judgment. And if I look at these options, okay, C2, C2, C4, C1, there's only one option D where C is matching with 1. That is a value judgment. So yes, this is the right answer. But if you want, you can probably look at one other option in the D. A, measurement is 3. Yes, measurement, quantitative, no? Because when you measure something, it's always about the quantitative. B is qualitative, and then norm. D is standardized test. Okay. So, well, I would not even look at the other things because the options look very, very, examinee friendly, I would say, the one we are taking the exam, because C must match with 1. I know for sure, I'm very sure evaluation must match with value judgment. And there's only one such option. So go for D. Okay. Hence, wanted to tell you that exams like these don't give you a lot of time to recall the differences between measurement, assessment, evaluation, MEAV. You've done that in curriculum pedagogy type of courseworks and all that. Yes, norm can be matched with the standardized test right away. But you just get that one point, look for the option. You get that one match, look for the options. If C1 was there in other, then we would have had to look at the other things. But therefore, I feel there are questions which will give you a quick answer. And please, that's where you're going to save the time. Moving on to the next question. Okay. Okay, you got it. I'm glad that you're following it. Thank you very much for posting it as well. Okay. All right. Well, once again, want to let you know that questions are so big. Options are not small ABCD. The options are still these. Arrange the steps involved in the scientific procedure of problem solving. Well, now you did problem solving as one of the things, but again, recalling the scientific procedure, and you want to arrange the steps in a proper hierarchical order, in the proper sequential order. Okay. So in the correct order. Now, think about this: collecting, problem understanding, problem awareness. Obviously, it goes without saying that problem awareness is a beginning. Because when there is a problem solving, when you're talking about the procedure of problem solving, there has to be a problem. And the problem solving start with the problem knowledge, which is problem awareness. So you could have you can look at that as, okay, that option where C is the beginning, okay, and that option is C. Alternatively, you can also like, see, I'm very sure here that problem awareness is the first step of all the steps given. Now, now once again, let me tell you one more thing here. Problem awareness, see, what is problem awareness is the first step for this particular question, as in relation to what the other things are given. All right. So these are not very absolute answers. I would say that still read. Your question probably will include something which can be before problem awareness. I don't know. I'm going to say I can't think of that word right now, but I'm just telling you, still read, because this is not like that absolute kind of an answer that sun rises in the east, no matter what. Okay. Now, so I said, oh, well, of all these, problem awareness that there is a problem, and only then you want to look into problem solving tech method, right? Or the problem solving procedures. So where C comes first, and C is the first step where there is a option C. Let me look at one more thing, D. What is D? Verification of the concluded solution. Okay. So when you determine that, oh, this is a problem, and you go through various things within that, in the end, hunch for a possible solution. Hunch means you look for a possible, you hunt for a possible solution. And when you get the solution, you're not going to stop there. You're going to verify whether this solution actually works. So yes, in the C, we begin with C, that is problem awareness, and it ends with D. Because of all these things, this is the perfect last step for this particular question. Go for C. 30 seconds, 20, 25 seconds, and you're ready with the answer. Got it? So maybe, you don't sit and, well, I would say don't. I'm saying don't because that will take time. Don't sit and determine the steps here. Okay, like you would do in your examination. That what is one, what is two. Here, because there are options, look, if these options were not there, and if we were to tell you that, okay, these are the jumble steps, now you arrange them in order. There you will have to go through every word and see what's happening. But since the options are there, you know what is the start point, and glad to see that C comes in only one option as a start. Go for it, because no matter what, problem awareness is the first step, and that is the only thing there in C. Go for it. 30 seconds, 25 seconds, and you have an answer with you. Okay. Thank you, Atula. Yes, and let me tell you one more thing. I'm only sharing how I approach the questions. Okay, I don't say this is the best, or this is the standard, or this is the only way. I don't say that at all. I'm just sharing how I approached, how I look at the questions and determining the answer in the given in the least possible time. When you sit and try to get to the right answers, you come up with your own kind of techniques. Okay. So, yeah, let's go to the next question. All right. Well, now there's a leadership style. It's a part of educational management. You have those kind of that kind of a topic. And once again, there's a lot of theory. There are too many options to look for. What do I do? Autocratic. Now, everyone knows what is the meaning of the word autocratic, authoritarian. Okay. Doesn't give chance to the, so it's like leader and the followers, or leader and the subordinates, like that. Look for that explanation which matches with autocratic. Participation is encouraged? No. Person leading makes decision without taking any information from his subordinate. Yes, this sounds autocratic. Leader provides guidance and structure as a result of no. Followers are inspired and motivated? No. Autocratic only matches with 3. This one, this option. In this, person leading makes decisions without taking any information from his subordinates. So I'm going to look for that option where A is matching with 3. Now if I look at this. In all the 4 options, A is matching with 3. That means this didn't really help me. So let's see what helps me. Okay. My approach here will be, well, autocratic. Everything matches with, sorry, right? Everything matches. So A matches with 3, yeah. Let's try to see. Now, you know what? Autocratic is gone because in all the options, A is matching with 3. So that's not even helping you a bit. Now, let's say if you are very confident about the word democratic, what it is, transformational or non-interventional. Now, let's say what could be the best fit for the democratic leadership. Okay. In this, followers are inspired. Well, not that great. Leader provides guidance. Well, participation is encouraged and members' opinion is taken in decision making. See, we know we know democracy, right? The concept of democracy. We have a democratic way of democratic government, etc. So we know what democracy is, where you involve people participation in the decision making, right? So how we have the whole system over here is democratic. So with democratic, what matches the best is participation is encouraged and members' opinion is taken in decision making. Whereas in 2 and 3, sounds good, looks good, like, you know, the leader is like, flexible or kind of helping, yet nothing talks about the participation. So I will go with that option where surely A is 3 everywhere, but B is 4. B is 4 here. Another catch. B is 4 also in C option. So A and D got eliminated now because, you know, I got a more, I can match democratic leadership with 4. Now I'm left with B and C. Now what do I do? Okay. So let's say, what is the other thing? Non-interventional leadership. Well, the non-interventional leadership, in this, the leader provides guidance or structure as a result of which subordinates make most of the decisions. Okay. So the difference between 2 and 4 is here the word participation matches with democracy. But here that leader provides guidance or structure as just gives the guidance and then leaves them on their own. Okay, if non-interventional is not very this thing, let's see what transformational. Followers are inspired and motivated to achieve a common goal. Okay, so A1 matches with D. Hence, I will go with the option A is like for everything common. A and D was not even the option left. B4 in B and C I saw. Now, C matches more with 2. Leader provides guidance or structure and then subordinates make the decision. Whereas in democracy, it's not like, you know, subordinates take. They are allowed, they are encouraged to participate. Okay, so the difference is here, non-interventional. The leader, because the leader is leader, guidance is given, but ultimately the decision is taken by the participants. So transformational matches with 2, and hence you go with the option B. This one, this option. This is the right answer. A is 3, B is 4, and C is 2, and D is 1. Okay. So when you practice like minimum 50 questions a day, you will find that you develop your own ways of looking at the questions, solutions, and determining the right answer. Okay. And yes, and you know that kind of practice, speed, determining how I'm going to, like, see, I'll tell you what once again. These are the questions which are not coming to me from you and I'm giving the answer. These are prepared, right? I've selected the questions, and obviously my approach is to select the variety of questions, to select the content, which is, you know, which is not like a rigid fixed theory. That you must know in which year this act was passed, what came before, Kothari Commission or Mudaliar Commission. You're not that. these are the questions which, we can answer because we are B.Ed, because, and I'm sure we all are masters also, to appear for the NET examination. So, I still like those questions. But when you have to give the right answer in the examination, how you will, like, see here, as I said in this question, well, A and D got eliminated. But will you be able to remember? Will you still again look at D tha kya, A ho sakta hai? You don't want to do that, right? So hence, when they give you that paper and pencil, and there's no limit, they don't give you like fixed 1 or 2 sheets. You can take more also. They give you enough. So you just write, okay, question number 10, A, B, C, D. At the outset, you see that A and D are ruled out. Just put a cross. You don't want to read that over and over again and then get to the right answer. Okay. So once again, these are a few of the things I would like to share. Sit with the book, practice, and that's where you will determine your own way of, getting to the right answer, and, speed and many things can be looked into. So I had prepared, I think, yeah, these many questions for today. And if there's anything that we can discuss, I'll be happy to answer your queries or anything else. For those of you, because I noticed in the group that quite a few people joined a little. So what I can do is maybe, can take maybe some paper one questions, like, solve these questions. Yeah. So, well, okay. Now this is paper one. Okay. Now paper one, as I said, is common to all. So these type of questions, quite logic. This is based on logical reasoning. So this was a question. I want to discuss this question. In a certain code, England is written as, can you read this? It is ULS and YLV. Now, your question is only this much. The question and the options. This part is working. It's not a part of the question. This I have created only to discuss with you all in these sessions. Okay. If I was asked this question, I would do that. England is written as ULSNYLV. Okay, so you got to match it. E stands for U, N stands for L, G stands for S. And they say using the same code. Okay, using the same code means the relationship that you see over here, Ireland will be written as what? Now, the best thing I thought was, as soon as I read this question, I saw that there's a code given for England. Okay. And they want you to, on the similar lines, make a code for Ireland. So I noticed that E, L, A, and D are common between England and Ireland. So the best I could do was just, kind of import those words. So E stands for U, then L is N. It can be this way, you can look at it anyway. L stands for N, A is Y, and of course L again, and D stands for V. And I thought, wow, I really got it. But look at the options. When I got U and Y, L, V, and I said, okay, let me see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where the last words are U and Y, L, V, that is the answer. But you see, U and Y, L, V, U and Y, L, V, H, only this and this got ruled out. Got it? Because this is H and Y, L, V, this is Q and Y, L, V. Whereas I know whatever is the right answer must have the last 5 letters as U and YLV. Okay, so you see, if I had the paper and the pencil, I would write question 13, question number 13, A, B, C, D. C, D, remove, cut. Don't even look at it again. Okay, the catch is between A and B because in both the cases, the last 5 letters, the ending 5 letters are U, N, Y, L, V. Got it? Now what do I do? Is it HQ or QH? Okay, so now is the thing where I want to look at, what is like how E becomes U, how N becomes L. So now see, you see, if you look at the position of the letter N in the alphabet A to Z, N is a 14th letter and L is a 12th letter. Okay, so I said, forget, I'm not looking at those. Let me look at the letters which come in the early, 4-5 or the ending 4-5. Okay, because looks like you see E. Now, E is like the 5th letter and U comes towards the end, right? Similarly, D and V. D is a 4th letter and V comes kind of like in the end, right? Better yet, look at A and Y. A is the first letter and Y is the second last letter. What relationship am I seeing? I'm seeing the relationship that A is the first letter and Y is the second letter from behind, from the last, and I get some confidence because now the choices I have to make is HQ hai ke QH hai, INR. Okay. Well, I said, okay, forget. So that is, I'm saying, I didn't look at like NL, LN and all that, GS. Those are a little far. This was best. The first letter and Y is the second letter. If you, read the alphabet from last, like, in the descending order. Okay, what should I say? Descending order. Yeah, or let's not say descending. It's like from the last to the first. Let me also see D and V. Okay, D is a 4th letter. A, B, C, D. V. A, B, R, S, T, U, V. W, X, Y, Z. So V is a 5th letter from, if you read A, B, C, D from last to the beginning. Okay, so this is a relationship. And hence, what is I? I is the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 9th letter. So what I need is a 10th letter when you come from, when you read A, B, C, D backwards. Okay. I is a 8th letter, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Sorry, 9th letter, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I is a 9th letter. So its code will be the letter which is 10th letter when you read ABCD backwards. Okay, so 10th letter from there will be what? Well, so I think I did make something. And here, when you have paper and see, sometimes, you know the position of letters by heart. So I can quickly tell you by heart, if I recall, I is a 9th letter, so I want a 10th letter. So S is a 19th letter, or let's put it this way. Which position will that be? 26 letters, 6. So I want the 17th letter. Okay, 17th letter is Q. 17th, I know for sure because I don't know, maybe must be practice. 17th letter is Q, and that is the 10th letter from if you read ABCD backwards. Just give me a moment. I was trying to do some working on it. Okay, just look at this. All right, I was trying to do something, but I didn't finish it. So as I said, our question, I'm left with this choice of what matches with I. And I told you the pattern that I noticed was, if A is equal to Y, that means the first letter is equal to the second last letter when you go from, when you read ABCD backwards. So I, what should match with I? I is a 9th letter. Okay, I is a 9th letter. So I need a 10th letter from backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want a 10th letter. So obviously, what matches here the best? Yeah, what matches here the best? Q. So go with the option QH. And for your this thing, if you want to verify R, why is R matching with H? Because R is the 18th letter. 18th letter. Okay. So now 18th. Okay, but this anyways is a wrong option. So why should I even look at it? This is the right option, B. Yeah. See, once you get the right option, don't sit. I don't think we should use our time in verifying the others, because this is not the right option. This is the right option, B. So I stands for Q, and obviously R will stand for H. Now we can determine why R stands for H. Because H is a 8th letter, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and R happens to be the 9th letter when you go backwards, because it is at the position 18. Okay, so if Q was 17, this one is 18. So that way it is justifying that this is QHN. Now see, it may look very difficult, but once again, when you practice, that's where you will develop the ways. And the thing is that you won't feel, oh, what is this, or where do I begin answering this question, where do I begin determining the right answer? You don't have to really answer, you have to just determine the right answer. So practice is one thing that is definitely going to help you a lot. Okay, so any questions for today's session, students? I've already done these like the series questions and all that. Yeah. Okay. I want you to let me know if there are any questions which you want me to answer. Thank you. I thank all the participants today. Yes, Atula, thank you. I'll try to bring more questions and more explanation. Neha, are you saying that the sessions which have taken place earlier? Yes. So you know what? If you look, I'm sure you're the part of a UGC NET 2025 group. Mandeep ma'am very graciously posts the YouTube links, because all these sessions are recorded. They're live on YouTube, and hence they have a reference value. You can go through them later at whatever time you want. So just be in touch with the group, and there, we keep posting. And yeah, no, Neha, today was not the first. Probably it was the fifth or the sixth, because we are two of us who do the presentations, Kulsum ma'am and myself. So I don't know. I can't say exact number whether it was sixth or seventh, but there have been quite a few sessions in earlier also. Yeah. Thank you.
Ms. Sapna, thank you so much. On behalf of all the participants, faculty, BTTC, principal, vice principal, convey you humble thanks for organizing this event. And students, I request you once again, Ms. Sapna, can you please stop sharing the screen?
Yes.
I request once again to all the students, this is basically the outline, and we can only be guiding you, informing you, and we can be training you for the, today Ms. Sapna has taken the paper 2, that is education. But in general, we are taking the classes for paper 1 more rigorously. So it is my suggestion to each one of you, please have a look on the beginning sessions also, which were on general paper, and start preparing. Keep working very hard. Your achievements are our achievements. We are proud of our students. We will continue with this endeavor, but paper 2 mainly will be for education. So please pay attention to your own paper as well, in specific to your subject content. Wishing you all very good luck. For next Saturday, we will stay connected with you. We will let you know what exactly we will be taking, who will be taking the next session. Thank you. Stay connected in the group as well as the WhatsApp group on the YouTube link also. Thank you. And the session for today is over. Thank you, Ms. Sapna.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And hope to see you next Saturday. And if you have missed the sessions earlier, you can follow the links and go through those sessions as many times as you want. And wishing you all a very blessed evening. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. Thank you, ma'am.
We'll stop the YouTube now. Thank you.